Coming up, new details into last night's shooting outside of the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
This individual was intent on doing as much harm and as much damage as he could.
What do we know about the alleged gunman, and hear from an eyewitness who says she saw him fall with a rifle right in front of her. Plus, manifesto recovered? What one FBI source says was discovered while collecting evidence after the frightening ordeal in Washington.
And it was a little cooler and a little cloudier than yesterday. Will that lead into the start of a new work week, or will we see the return of some sunshine? I'll have the answer to that question coming up.
Draft in D.C. Next year's NFL picks will be made on the National Mall. How the Commanders and NFL reps are kicking off 1 year of fanfare before the district takes center stage. Plus, we're stretching your dollar spring style. May is on the way. How you and the family can save a pretty penny out on the town and find the sweet finds you may run home with.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Sunday evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. We are learning more about the alleged gunman at last night's White House Correspondents' Dinner, including a possible manifesto. DC News Now has team coverage on the investigation. Our Dave Laval is standing by outside of the Washington Hilton where all this unfolded. We are also reviewing new video from inside the building, helping us tell the frightening story where the president, his cabinet, journalists, and members of Congress gathered. A suspect was quickly apprehended last night, and the FBI is actively searching where he lived in California. They're also poring over evidence inside of the hotel where the suspect was reportedly staying, caught on camera. President Trump shared this video appearing to show the suspect, 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen, sprinting inside of the Washington Hilton, past officers, outside and above the ballroom where the crowd was actively having dinner. Here's what it sounded like inside when several shots rang out. You will hear a series of booms followed by dinnerware being scattered when Secret Service details rushed in to protect members of the cabinet and the president. Vice President J.D. Vance was quickly rushed off the stage. President Trump was taken off shortly thereafter and appeared to fall down on the ground. Armed police moved in and the room fell quiet. Now, authorities describe what could have been a large-scale tragedy.
Man charged a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons.
This individual was intent on doing as much harm and as much damage as he could.
An officer was shot but survived thanks to a bulletproof vest. The Department of Justice believes the suspect fired that round. And investigators are searching the suspect's home in California looking for evidence. Well, tonight news is emerging about a possible manifesto by the alleged gunman. That's according to an FBI source to our network News Nation. They say the suspect said Trump administration officials are targets, prioritized from highest ranking to lowest, excluding the FBI Director Kash Patel. The FBI source added guests at the dinner were not targets at all, and Secret Service members, quote, are targets only if necessary and to be incapacitated non-lethally if possible. Our coverage of last night's frightful White House Correspondents' Dinner continues. Our Dave Laval is at the Washington Hilton. Dave, the alleged gunman is slated to be arraigned for charges tomorrow. Any more, if more will be added?
Well, U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Jeanine Pirro, made it quite clear last night she does expect more charges to be filed against the suspect. Right now, he only faces 2 counts. And meanwhile, entrances to the ballroom inside the Washington Hilton remain closed to the public. This is where federal authorities stop the suspect before he can get inside and open fire on those in the room. President Trump released this picture Saturday night, said to be of the suspect, tentatively identified by the Associated Press as 31-year-old Cole Allen of Torrance, California, a registered guest at the hotel. Erin Thielman and her husband attended the dinner when the violence happened. She stepped outside to call and check on her son when Thielman says she heard 3 loud bangs and the suspect fell in front of her.
He had a rifle. The rifle fell in front of him to off to the side. he was wearing magazines with rifle bullets that were kind of like similar in fashion to a woman wearing a crossbody bag.
The suspect is accused of using a firearm during a crime of violence and assault on a federal officer using a dangerous weapon. The suspect is scheduled to appear in federal court Monday morning. We're live at the Washington Hilton in Northwest. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Our thanks to Dave. And as we learn more about the suspect and a possible motive, reporter Jennifer McGraw unpeels his background outside of what's believed to be the family home in California.
Authorities say Allen is an educated engineer and a graduate of Caltech with a degree in mechanical engineering who recently earned a master's in computer science. More recently, he worked as a tutor not too far from here in a strip mall, earning Teacher of the Month just last year. His LinkedIn account saying that he designs computer games, including combat shooter style. And as we saw last night, Cole Thomas Allen became a real-life shooter as he ran through the hotel in D.C. with a shotgun, rushing a Secret Service checkpoint at the Washington Hilton last night, armed with multiple weapons, and opened fire on a Secret Service officer. Authorities arrested Allen. Investigators believe Allen was staying at the Washington Hilton, the same hotel hosting the dinner, traveling all the way from California to D.C. by train. No doubt a lot of people have questions, including neighbors who are shocked by the news.
I'm not shocked by anything anymore. It's a giant circus. Everyone's kind of already decided where they are, so it's just a matter of which how's it going to be painted. How's it going to be painted on the left versus the right? You know, there's kind of hard to find out what's truth anymore.
That was Jennifer McGraw reporting. Neighbors say they don't know much about the 31-year-old other than they're pretty surprised. Allen is expected again to be in court tomorrow and will face those charges. We will have more coverage on the investigation coming up at 6:30. And for more information at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, go to DCNewsNow.com. All right, we've got more local news to get to, and your forecast meteorologist Scott Sumner standing by. I took a walk out this morning, Scott, and I did not heed your advice. I forgot the jacket.
How dare you? How dare you not heed my advice? Hey, you know, I don't blame you. I was only on one time last night, so it was busy last night with the news. Not so much with the weather, and this weekend has been quiet weather-wise. All right, Almanac, today's high was 57. The morning low was 46. The average should be 72 and 52, so we were below those marks there, and obviously well below the record of 94 and 34 for the record high and low. Right now, we're sitting at 57 degrees and overcast skies here in D.C., and, well, we're looking at a satellite view here that shows plenty of clouds also sitting to the east of the area. This is where an area of low pressure is right now, but there is some clearing taking shape back off to the west, so we'll gradually see some improvement here with gradually clearing skies overnight tonight going into tomorrow, with the exception of possibly some morning fog like we had in parts of the area today. Walking the dog, well, tonight, coolish, as I put in quotes there. Otherwise, partly sunny skies here, meaning mostly cloudy, and temperatures are into the 50s. What about the weather headlines here? Yeah, patchy fog overnight tonight, cool sunshine on Monday. We have some isolated showers kicking in on Tuesday, but a much better bet of seeing some wetter weather as we hit the middle of the week on your Wednesday. We'll break it all down as I usually do with that full 7-day forecast coming up in just a little bit. Back to you, Ben.
All right, Scott, thanks. Police say a dog was shot and killed after attacking their owner in Bowie, Maryland. Police say they responded to this attack around 7:30 this morning at Midsummer Lane. And officers say they witnessed a 52-year-old man lying on the ground actively being attacked by the dog. They say any attempt to try and stop that dog were unsuccessful, and that's why they shot the dog. The victim, we're told, had serious injuries from dog bites to multiple parts of his body and was taken to the hospital. Prince George's County Animal Control Services removed the dog, and police are investigating the incident. One man is dead after a shooting in Northwest D.C. early this morning. This is not far from Howard University. Police say this happened around 2:30 a.m. on Georgia Avenue. That man was found unconscious, not breathing, from several gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. No word on the suspect at this time. Community members in Montgomery County tell us that they are concerned about kids driving recklessly on electric and dirt bikes. County police arrested a 13-year-old after almost hitting somebody in Bethesda. Daniel Hamburg reports what's being done right now to address those concerns.
Video from Wednesday around 6 p.m. shows teens riding dirt bikes recklessly and nearly hitting people and cars on Elm Street near Woodmont Avenue.
They were like causing havoc, doing burnouts and stuff. wheelies down the street.
Here you can see an officer removing a 13-year-old boy from his dirt bike as they say he resisted arrest and shouted racial epithets at officers.
Well, I just saw the officer tackling him, and like the guy was like fighting back a little.
Lieutenant Ari Elkin says it's making some people reconsider coming to certain areas because they don't want to be harassed by teens.
They're zipping in and out of traffic, creating hazards for drivers who, are hitting the brakes quickly, trying to avoid hitting somebody.
It's frustrating for people who live here.
When a car blows the horn at them or someone tells them to slow down or to stop, they don't. Or they hit the car or say something.
And even teens are concerned.
I think it's kind of dangerous because like people can get hurt, but at the same time, I think the e-bikers, if they just like follow the rules, I don't think they will like get in trouble.
Elkin says they're trying to stop the recklessness before it becomes a bigger problem.
We're trying to, get out in front of this, educate the community, tell parents, be responsible. At the end of the day, these are their children. They have to have some responsibility here.
Daniel Hamburg reporting about that case involving the 13-year-old. Police say the dirt bike was not registered, it was taken away, and the teen was released to his mother. In the district, police are still searching for the suspect driving a dirt bike who allegedly hit 2 kids and hospitalized one of them. D.C. police say new surveillance video appears to show the suspect at a gas station. The crash happened in Northwest on April the 4th at the intersection of 14th and Chapin Streets. 2 kids were hurt, were on an e-bike in the bike lane. If you have any information, police want to hear from you. With this year's NFL draft in the history books, our eyes turn to next year's draft here in the nation's capital. Representatives with the NFL joined the Commanders on the National Mall today, formally kicking off and announcing the draft next April. This year's draft in Pittsburgh drew a record crowd of more than 800,000 people over the course of 3 days for that event. The NFL believes D.C. will attract 1 million people. That could mean big bucks for the region.
Absolutely. It's going to have a really positive economic impact on Washington, D.C. and the entire DMV community. Tens of millions of dollars coming into the city, hundreds of thousands of fans, spending money at hotels and local restaurants. This is going to have an impact on the D.C. community for a really long time.
Attending the draft on the National Mall will be free. I'd like to hear that. The exact dates are still being determined. Go ahead and add girls flag football to the list of sports that crown a state champion in Maryland. It's pretty cool. The Maryland Public Secondary Schools Athletic Association have announced girls flag football is now the 26th sport to offer state championships next season. 132 schools are expected to compete in the sport, up from the 10 that offered girls flag football in the 2023-24 school year. The Baltimore Ravens, who are credited with growing the game in Maryland, they donated more than $1 million in funding. The Washington Commanders helped get the sport in Montgomery and Prince George's County public schools. Coming up, cost-effective ways to clean the air we breathe after concerning findings in a recent air report. We're stretching your dollar. Time now, 6:13. We take a live look at the Potomac River. Not looking too bad. Scott Sumner has your full forecast after the break, and we have more developments after that shooting outside of the White House Correspondents' Dinner last night. Stick around.